Lesotho hit back at Donald Trump after he claimed that nobody has ever heard of Lesotho.
$8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
That is crazy. Insane stuff. The foreign minister of the African kingdom, Leone Mpotwane, said that Trump should speak for himself. He should not include everybody. Meaning if he's not very smart, he should not include everybody. It's crazy. He says this is insane because Trump's special advisor, Elon Musk, was in Lesotho a while back looking for a contract. Actually looking for authorization to launch his company Starlink. And we all know the bromance between Donald Trump and Elon Musk lately. These people don't separate. I guess they only separate when it's something for bad. Are you telling me Elon Musk would know Lesotho and Trump not know what Lesotho is? Lesotho's foreign minister said it is surprising and disappointing that he claimed that no one knows Lesotho, especially given the fact that the United States has an embassy here. Oh my God, the US has an embassy in Lesotho, but the president has never heard of his own people in a foreign embassy? That is crazy.
President Trump saying he's never heard of us, well, that doesn't make sense to me because the US has an embassy here in Maseru, and to me that says there's relations between the two nations.
So what's going to happen to the embassy? Should they close the embassy then? I mean, if nobody has ever heard of the country, then they must be spending and wasting money to an embassy located in a place that nobody has ever heard of. What do you think? Shouldn't that be the first thing to be done? Lesotho's foreign minister said that Trump appeared to pick on Lesotho because it's not a rich country, but he warned that America one day may need Lesotho. Okay, I don't know if I like that tone though, because for me it sounded a little bit like somebody sort of begging. Like, you trying to pick on me because I'm small, you picking on me because I'm not strong, because my family don't have anything, but just remember one day you're going to need me. It feels like, pick me. I'm sorry, with all due respect, Mr. Minister. I feel like ignoring this person or just clearly saying, okay, I'm very sorry that you have no knowledge of some part of the maps in Africa, but please ask Elon Musk. He knows. I think that's hit really deep. So why are we here, fellas? We're here because Donald Trump has been implementing the brand new policy of the United States of America. It's America first. That means everything that does not push America forward will be cut off. Any financial aid that does not support the American foreign policy will be cut off.
Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taken back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to.
But unfortunately, Lesotho is one of the countries that receive a lot of money from the US. And has a lot of health structure financed by the United States of America. This is why, fellas, I always tell you need to be independent. You can't depend on nobody. There is no free lunch. Doesn't exist. There's no such thing as free lunch. Oh, he's a good man. He's just giving me some money. He doesn't want anything. We're just friends. No, you're lying to yourself. It's just, no. That's why when you go out with your friends, you must offer to pay. Because at the end of the day, they're going to remind you someday that they fed you. Yeah, they're going to say, I fed you in the past. Instead of saying, we went to the restaurant and I paid, they will say they fed you in life. Be very careful. So sometimes you go out, pay for your own stuff. Say, sorry, thank you very much. I appreciate your kindness, but I'm going to pay. That's what it is. Now, let's try investigate and understand what this is. Okay, so what's crazy here is that Elon Musk in September was meeting Lesotho's Prime Minister, Sam Matekane, while trying to do business with the Southern African nation. Yes, Musk met the Prime Minister of Lesotho. And what happened? Where did they meet? They met in the United States of America, at the sideline of the United Nations General Assembly. So basically, people come to the US to discuss at the UN building. And while they were discussing, Elon Musk pulled Prime Minister of Lesotho to the side to have a discussion. Basically, we can imagine because he's trying to get into Lesotho with his business. Now, let me remind you, Felix. Musk trying to bring business in South Africa, Starlink. South Africa gave him conditions. They said, if you want to bring your business in our country, we need to have 30% of your shares belonging to black South Africans. That is the rule in South Africa. South Africa has been through the most. In 1994, that was when they were actually liberated from the oppression of apartheid. So whilst your country in 1960s or before that was free, South Africans were still living under the shackle of apartheid. So is it not just normal for them to try to look after themselves by saying, if you want to bring your business in our country, you must make sure we have something to do with it?
This is a very important process for us. Like you said, it is a question of transformation. It is a question of opening up the sector, but it's also ensuring a level playing field and ensuring that there is equal participation for all.
We're not asking you to give us 30% of the shares. We're going to buy it. We need to own it. 30% of it. Musk didn't like that. Now, can we say that he may have had some difficulties as well in Lesotho? And surely when he was speaking to his buddy, Trump, like, I've been trying to do business in Lesotho, but things are difficult. Oh, Lesotho, okay, don't worry. Well, by the way, we're sending $80 million in Lesotho for men who like other men to do whatever. How about throw something negative about that? Now, like I say, yes, Lesotho unfortunately received a lot of aid coming from the US. There's major cuts right now. Lesotho is unfortunately one of the countries in the world with the highest rate of HIV. About 23% of the people are living with the disease. So the US aid is cut here, and unfortunately it's hitting Lesotho very hard. They say about 15,000 jobs have been dismantled, in healthcare, people supporting each other, mentally. And also this has been helping to avoid transmission of HIV between mother and child. So the government has been asking last year's student to help the health system in the name of patriotism. It's going to be very difficult. And also, like I said, disrespect comes in many levels. And this is one of them. This is undiplomatic. I have never heard of a president saying, who has ever heard of that country? That is a low blow. That is a jab. And now how about Lesotho say, okay, well, since you've never heard of us, how about we dismantle your embassy, so we can live in peace? Now, could this be the reason why Trump went at Lesotho? Because Elon Musk is trying to do business in Lesotho, has been discussing with the leaders, and nothing has occurred right now. Could this be perhaps pressure from Elon Musk to Lesotho, so Lesotho can make sure that they open business very quickly in order for him to progress? Remember, fellas, help is never about the people. Help is about leverage. If you do what I ask you to do, you're going to get help from me. If you don't do what I ask you to do, I'm cutting off the help. Now, should you take the help or not? Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should find a way to do your things by yourself without the help of anybody.